Aloha, and welcome to Mana Inspiration with yours truly, Note Endurance. Now, always we're going to have that scripture. Our scripture today is First Timothy 4:14, and it states, "Do not neglect the gift you have, which was given to you by the prophecy when the council of the elders held you in their hands." So, this had me thinking. It says, "Do not neglect the gift that you have, which was given to you." So it had me thinking of who are you meant to be? And it started getting the awareness of who you are. And then I had this facts that I actually heard multiple times on other places. And it says surveys found that 95% of people think they're self aware, but only 10 to 15% really are. So this had me going down the rabbit hole of what are you hiding within? Here's a quote from Robin Sharma, and it says, "Why hide your talent in the closet of complacency when you have greatness within you?" I that's 100% believe you have greatness within you, and I have a story, and it is called the Golden Buddha story. Now, this is about a town, and they had a golden Buddha. They heard that they were going to be invaded from another country, another army. So, to protect their valuable, they actually covered the Golden Buddha with mud and concrete. Now, after they came through, they were hoping they just pass it and think it's just a normal statue. They came by and actually passed it, just like what happened, and come to find out, they end up forgetting about it. And this is multiple years later. There's this, I would say that I think it's a kid or another person going along, and he accidentally bumps into the statue. When he bumps into the statue, the piece falls off and he sees the gold inside. So he goes home, grabs some tools, come back, and he's digging more and more gold. So more and more people start coming out helping him. They uncover it and realize it is the Golden Buddha. Now, all along, it was just a statue they thought was a normal concrete mud statue, but secret it had hidden was that golden. Now, that's what I ask you. What do you have hidden? What is hidden inside you? I think we just haven't tapped into it yet. And that has me thinking of a quote from Maya Angelou, and it says, "Stand up straight and you realize who you are. You are that you tower over your circumstances." So stand up straight, realize who you are, and that you tower over your circumstances. And this also had me thinking of another story I heard, and it's called, well, it's a lion story. And once upon a time, there was a mother that gave birth to a baby lion. Now, one day there was an attack. They came by. The mother was basically, killed. The father came to protect the baby as a protection and to save it. He actually threw the cub, into the bushes. Now, with the cub into the bushes, he eventually got slaughtered. This left the baby lion feeling alone, kind of not knowing the direction, which way they're going, which way he wants. And then all of a sudden, a herd of sheep come along and bah, bah. They signal for him to come. He has nobody, so he decides to start following the herd of sheep. Now, all of a sudden, within a couple of months, he's part of the boys, he's part of the pack. Now, what you see is a whole bunch of sheep and a lion going around, bah, bah. I know, kind of strange, right? This is where, as it goes on, and he's, hanging out with the sheep, realizing one day comes, a pack of lions come along and slaughter the entire herd of sheep. This lion is just horrified that all of his friends basically was murdered right in front of him. All of a sudden, as he's in shock, this big lion comes up to him and looks at him and smacks him on the side of the head and says, "What is wrong with you?" And he's bah. And he's like, "What?" So he tells him, "Do you realize who you are?" He still doesn't because he's used to hanging out with the sheep. So the big lion grabs him by his hair and drags him to the water, makes him look at himself. And then he looks and he realizes that he's not a sheep. He's actually a big lion, just like these guys that came along. Now, he still doesn't believe that he's a lion because he's still a sheep. So the actual big lion grabs a piece of meat and shoves it right in his mouth. Now, he tries to spit it out, but he forces it in there. As soon as that happens, something magical happens. As it goes down into his belly, he starts to remember who he is. As that goes down, he stops, bang, and he realizes that he's a lion. And he lets out a roar. Roar! Now, this, I want to ask you, let your inner lion roar. Quit hiding who you are. Bring it out. Let everybody know who you are. Let your difference shine. Pull out that. My mom always told me, when you talk, you say very few words, but when you speak, you roar and people will hear you. So that's what I challenge you to do today. Let your inner lion out. Let it out so you can roar. You can follow what you want. You can feel that golden Buddha with is inside you. That is the prize. You know, I was told this from a mentor of mine, Melvin Franklin, and he always told me, "You are the prize. Remember that." And I always kept that in my heart. Remember, and I say this to you, if you're watching this video, you are the prize. Remember that. You have it within you. Everybody is meant for something. Let that inner lion out and go after today. I love you guys. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for the comments. I love it. And I just want to share because here at Mana Inspiration, all we want is to reach out to that one soul that we could save. Because that was me. That was others that maybe it was yourself. Let's all be collective and help each other so that way we're able to save and be one and all be lions together. I love you guys again. Aloha, and you have a blessed week. Thanks, guys.